Hi everyone, Mrs. Atson here. I have some clay and I'm about to play with it. I thought you could join me. Even if you don't have clay at home, you can always use Play-Doh. So let's go. All right, we've got our lump of clay and my hands are ready to get started. We're gonna find different ways we can change the shape of this clay. Tactile materials such as clay and Play-Doh can be a lot of fun, but also really relaxing as we focus on how the clay feels in our hands and use important muscles in our hands to change the shape of the clay or the Play-Doh. So parents, give clay or Play-Doh a try right alongside your child if you're so inclined. But right now I'm thinking about how I can flatten the clay like a pancake, and I want to push it down with my fingers and my thumb. Look how I can just smooth it over with my fingertips and my thumb. If I take this piece and maybe make it smaller and maybe smaller, I'll put it between the palms of my hands and roll it in a circle to look like a ball. Look at that. It's like a basketball or something. I can also take a piece and roll it back and forth on the clay board, and it looks like a little worm. Hello, wormy. Then I'll take the worm and roll it from one end all the way to the other end to make a coil, like a little spiral. And perhaps I'll do another ball. Maybe I'll pretend in my imagination that they're little eggs. Oh, 2 little eggs. If I flatten the clay and use this pinching motion on each side, around and around, it will turn into like a little bowl or a little pinch pot or even a little pretend nest for my pretend eggs. Oh yeah, that's gonna be just right. Maybe a few more eggs for my nest. There we go. Roly, roly, roly. Lovely. Okay, I'm gonna get a big piece and I have to really use my muscles to pull the clay apart. And look at those jagged edges when you pull the clay like that. It really is difficult. And then maybe my thumbnail to make these little lines. What other fingers? Maybe, pinky finger to make small little curvy lines. And now I think I'll speed up my video to show you. I'll just make maybe 3 little worms. They can squirm along. There's the 1, here's the 2, and here comes the 3. Maybe I can take a piece and make some corners of a shape that you might know, maybe like a square, and see how I'm pushing the clay onto the clay board to help me make those straight edges. It's like a little square or a cube or something in my imagination. How about another shape? Maybe another shape. You might know this shape with 3 sides. We call it a triangle. There it is. Hello, Mr. Triangle. You can go right next to my square. Let's use our imagination and pretend we're making a slice of pizza. I'm going to top it with pretend pepperoni, and I need to take a teeny tiny piece and roll it in between my finger and my thumb. Teeny, teeny, tiny pieces for my pretend pepperoni. Just for pretend. I'll make my worm family dance to the side of the board. And maybe I'll end up turning these pieces into spirals too. Gotta roll from one end using my fingers to make that spiral. It reminds me a little bit of a snail. Look at those snails. The last thing I'll do is make, I think, maybe an ice cream cone. I'll use my fingers and my thumb to make a triangle type of shape. And I'll smooth it with my fingertip. And then I'll use my fingernail to make lines for my delicious waffle cone. Just like this. I wonder which flavor of ice cream I should use. Let's pretend it's your favorite. So I gotta get more clay and smush it around. Make my scoop of ice cream, 1 scoop please. And just like I've seen in cartoons, let's pretend there's a cherry on top. So I'll roll another ball. Then I need to get a tiny piece and roll it long like a stem, like a cherry stem. And put it at the top. There we go. Ta-da! I loved playing clay with you today. That was so fun. Thanks for playing with me. I'll see you next time. Bye!